Good evening, everybody. My name is Sakwesi do now the Helebanjo Nana Hemaah for Major. As usual, midday in Samonamene. I'll take you all the way from UK, England, Namide Wakogana, and in some quote tree cobra mammy in Abro. Our time check at the moment is 15 minutes past 5. 80 menu with video non kobe. If you just tune in, just to remind you that this is WhatsApp Radio number 1 radio station in London. Yenina Musani at the corner so Hemaah Krom has said, as you might know. Yes, sis. Ohemano with 70 years on the throne. That means Ohemano Edini Silver Jubilee, which has become a top story. And you can hear now. And yeah, you can have all over the world, call Europe, Africa, Asia, baby. Everybody is trying to pay their homage and their respect. People have come all the way from far and near Omaba Buckingham Palace, and not so we're London to be specific, dear. And I just say, and some no yet a summer emo iodimpa. Ain't making sure so won't so what. Baby, Nasta win himself, Hemana Badia. Now, also, what and what pay homage, special one to the Queen Mother of the United Kingdom. Ain't you a video in Kobebia? This special program is dedicated to all Ghanaians far and abroad and all people who are under the Commonwealth. Ain't making sure so be make you. This year it's almost done, and Thanksgiving, Uncle. I said, one, yeah, make sure so be call TV, so smart TV. I can watch all the programs online. Nene medobe kogana, and Nyoma a bebo bosso, and I say, and ne kogana, Nyoma a pie organa, no, mede imun semobe broad, ye dika or say a the chairs heads of state summit to find solution to Kodita. Sasemi idea beto jano emu ensembe bree. And I beg your 40 munsemi and abebro with your coachy cobra. My nitty-gritty of it, would you bring it all together? If we honor Semo Kai and Chabia, we talked about the cathedral, or say the National Cathedral, David Ajayi say, yet you are 32 million or 2021 for consultancy service in Guaya Blacqua on the allergy. If we also what British High Commissioner Harriet Thompson has been doing with British Ghanaian businesses 2022 more. Ediana Mame Harriet all year and non say and I be for the Munsam Yanabe bro. Not if we want not your call Papebia allegedly yes or deniba equako jixika drew. Sasemi by there's so many stories about unravel a semi no correct saying no correct and ne emunsem ye the bebro. Now, if we honor Ghana is in national yet terror threats, national security has warning people say a year guru and Chebiano say I should share and for your membu and gukamuya and you may be about nipa born for be person be di on my mano ewu and I'm on some yet in some kaya na watching you know so won't say a year or bani beme beer. I'm not a drum ho pa na just say I'll grow more de not as all call it about America crew more trone more de Virginia. Omoko home could this our growing be or mobile and omoja. Send a dear basic funeba ni ADB. Yes, our couple see or make your move on your video. Fe there are to a social media timponso. I just say omu ejo many pie more de. So one grown now when almost say, Waha the emphasize them way and so ya floggy or mopanya them kitwa. Now can I say 100 lashes? Now when I buy and also the WhatsApp chief sanction flogging of war lovers, a police nedi say me Eddie Ababe to one thing. Now if now we will go to our honorable Sir John, when you're baby call Assistant John's asset frozen, Office of Special Prosecutor moved to freeze those overseas as well. And then I say John the will and as any asset in your nipa we would yet any chairman and net abega for Eddie in Munsem but that much I do no make sure say and not bigger for bet your monka your babru your bam of for oba son no ba ya and never fanega oba ni economies are quite on electricity for how many track can be because obey rather man who has to say gone and now better than can yes some young mother cooling down heart and so and net better than can every so Mr. Emmanuel Ashley and on so better than can mo in Simema Wakaba BM special welcome to you. So what Johnny in this is What's Up Radio if you just tune in and put your friend or awareness into me you if you no and call her baby make sure me now I'll be right back into make sure say when you were video no and call baby biara.
Yeah, banjo. Is what you need. Are you looking for business solutions that will serve your needs? Look no further because Caston Advisory is all you need. Caston Advisory is a unique advisory firm that provides specialized solutions in tax and business planning, audit and assurance services, company secretarial services, corporate advisory, corporate training, tax policy advisory, charity registration and accounting, gift aid for churches and charitable organizations. Our understanding and industry experience provides a cutting-edge software solution tailor-made for your firm. Locate Caston Advisory in the UK, Suite 4, the Generator Business Center, 95 Miles Road, Meacham, Surrey, CR4 3FH, or call us in the UK on 020-840-81520 or 078-867-15702 or email us at info@castongroup.com. And in Ghana, locate Caston Advisory Suite 5, the first floor of the Zerka Plaza, Tetegu Junction, Southeast Ranger off the Kaswa Highway, or call 0249-700-075. Caston Advisory, the delivery of excellence redefined. Caston Advisory is what you need.
Trinity Driving School, your #1 driving school in the UK.
Did you know that they're equipped with professional driving instructors who will teach you to pass your test with ease?
So, if you want to pass your test, please look no further.
Contact Trinity Driving School on 07507 116997.
Trinity, safe and responsible driving.
Bema, assassino, a boy, a ball, and one.
Oh, let's assassin. I saw what Bomumians.
Assassia, Ubepatu. A nipper, a pato. That's the winning set. When you have what so better, Sawachi.
Mammy, would you miss some monkey? We didn't come some more. A moment, Merity Waka. You cannot have a sister. Kwaku. Yeah, me just assassin assassin the boss money fat Unity Link money transfer. Yeah, commercial bank okromo me say be kan sisia.
Unity Link money transfer be the best.
Unity Link money transfer. Okwan power betimi amani sicantem. Ama wado for Ghana fa na nyina. Then head office 158160 Balam High Road, SW12 9BN. Website www.unitylink.com. And as a fraying 020-877-22160.
Unity Link. Pa! What's the show?
Jack, Uti, What's Up Radio.
Yo, it's here for you. Welcome back. Before Siebekono, like I said, no, this week is all UK hadia and your mekoso no, and yet as I'm going to work yeah, or himano or dini silver jubilee. Enti and komona ekoso no enye enkomo kitwa kra and ekoso. Producer Mr. Omehia wa say 1 minute. Nyoma ekoso UK ha no enye enkomo ketwa kra enti ma menko hwi na menko obaya ya so na mema obaya ya enchia etifo obaya. Good evening.
Good evening. No.
Oba mpacho o hwe kire o mame.
Yes.
Yeah, Oba, good evening.
Good evening. No.
How's your week been?
My week, it's been good. Yeah, it's been enjoyable. It's been a long weekend. A long weekend to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee, which has been very 4 days off from work, and it has been good rest. Like really, I've been able to rest basically, and it's been a good few days at home doing nothing. And we are thankful to the Queen for giving us that extra day to enjoy. So 4 days instead of probably a day or whatever it was, and we are grateful anyway. So it has been really enjoyable. Yeah, and I think I can't say more than that. Anyway, it's been good. Yeah, but unfortunately, you know. And weather also is proving challenging as well. The weather is just reminding us of what is coming from Ochina. It would have been good if it was a sunny day that we can all enjoy anyway, but at the moment the weather is horrible. So yeah, but apart from that, it's been good. Yeah.
Yo, Sammy, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Now, how's your week been?
Yeah, I'm here. There's a what is me like adults and see about this hay fever now be back.
Na afibia mi share we afibia am say hay fever no o chill pa.
Cheap
Any flu nyina.
this year flu and chill.
Flu and Joe. And we hay fever you flu.
Then the show be
Okay. So
everybody expresses it in a different way.
I agree.
now let's move on. This week, I think so since Thursday, why I touched on that. So the Queen's Jubilee celebration, and hey, Obaya, lipo no, and why in here by Yazam to I. Oh, shine, Mama, you studio hanging out bright by Yazam to her.
It's the right word to say that.
Yeah, and see Jubilee, Silver Jubilee, no, the Queen. Can you give us a little bit picture, Sylvia, just in case there will be in the UK, I say, what's been happening in the UK, specific London.
Right. So in at the moment, anyway, since it started on Thursday, and Thursday, even for me anyway, counting down for that 3 days working was painful enough, because everyone was looking forward to the 4 days off to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee. It's been amazing. London has been, you can't even get, apparently, I mean, I didn't get time to go anywhere, but people that have been to London, to Buckingham Palace and all that, and they've said London will be like booming. There's a lot of people everywhere. There's live shows, and I think, we've gone through a lot of difficult time, whereby, with the COVID for the past 2 to 3 years, we've all suffered a situation whereby we've not been able to meet, and be in the public events and those things. It has been a long time. I think a lot of people were looking forward to this event because it's been a long time of this COVID taking over our lives and not being able to meet friends and family and go to London and enjoy it. And thankfully, the weather has been amazing. The the weather was good for the past 3 days. Today it's not so good, but for those 3 days for the celebration, it has been amazing. And on top of it, and concert in Kakra, from the beginning, I saw Diana Ross, and there was a lot of people. I think it was in Buckingham Palace, so baby. Yeah, and it was a lot of people. There was concert. That was like, I think it's like I really regret actually not going to London and just because it's one a lifetime event anyway. It was really interesting to see on TV what was happening, in London, and even the communities as well. People were just putting parties up outside and playing loud music, and and everyone just walking around, just dancing to it. So London is very completely different. I mean, you see pockets of people just hosting their own program in front of
street
parties and stuff like that. So yeah, it has been a good 3 to 4 days anyway for a lot of us anyway. So yeah, we are thankful to the Queen for giving us extra day.
For the Queen.
We are thankful to the Queen for that extra day.
Mami got some so what's been your highlights? So by my kind of touch on a lot of activities going on. For you, what's been your highlights?
I mean, to be honest, I didn't really engage with the whole Jubilee thing. They're watching on the TV, but mainly you get to see what's going on through television, and then I guess most of the things that were done in my community, like I said, there wasn't the street party. I haven't really. I mean, there was some flyers going around that there are some communal parties that they're doing, which I didn't really go. I use most of the time to just
wind down.
Yeah, and then attend some few get-togethers. Yeah, mainly because of the holidays. Yeah, but I mean, it's a good rest. I mean, me personally, I didn't really get much from it because I was already on holiday.
Yeah.
So for me,
it's a holiday. Yeah, normal holiday. Yeah.
But I can imagine.
Jack, OTA WhatsApp Radio.
If you work where you get the bank holiday Thursday or Friday, that's 4 days of good rest. So maybe God should let the Queen live for another 10 years. Now you just have more holidays and
God save the Queen.
It's funny. I was thinking about the whole Jubilee thing, and I mean you can't escape it. It keeps coming to your mind. The age of the Queen. 96 years old now. Is it 96?
96.
And you could see,
very frail.
Very frail, and anything can happen, that sort of thing. But the husband was 99, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, 99. So we know women usually live longer than men, statistically.
Yeah, but this woman's got a lot of responsibility on her shoulders.
Oh, someone else can take that responsibility.
So she's winding down now. She is.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't go to St. Paul because of her niece, and but you can't help but to think about
what's
to
coming
wake
next.
up one day and hear that the Queen
It could be anytime soon. Now.
And then I mean, I can just think the other time. It was just going through my mind. I just can't help it. I just go through your mind. And what would be the breaking news, how the stories will unfold, how they'll start putting things together.
And if we get another bank holiday?
Well, I mean, definitely if the Queen dies, I mean, God forbid, we're all going to die. So, yes, there will definitely going to be a long holiday.
Bank holiday to mourn.
Is it not interesting, sir, after all these years of the Queen... Oba Commonwealth Obe funny position from Nepapano. There was this lady called Pearl Akwe, Oba Ghana or the flower man. Remember sometimes if you are a prominent people be bar na Korabia be man flower. All this time nobody heard about Pearl and Tisiano. All of a sudden, Pearl it didn't out now. It's been discovered. Say, time now Queen ne Ghana no Pearl ne a day flower ne mano. And yenim said Queen no why the jubilees baby, but ne didn't up. But this time no Pearl it didn't up. And even with the Commonwealth, no people are talking about the kind of woman she is, the kind of her leadership skills now style. So call Ghana in 1957 or Nkrumah Esa, and she actually asked Nkrumah to dance
1961.
61 say Nkrumah and then no Ebesa. And that should tell you say Queen Naya Obia offer Obia, especially within the Commonwealth. And it was quite interesting to see people on the TV, people from all over the world, Canada, Australia, everywhere coming to just to catch a glimpse, from the Queen. No? And I know so we've talked about the ways the celebration has been. Mamin Bisamu, what one thing would you remember? And as Obeka said, oh, we're the Queen, no? And as you can remember, as a Queen, no? This is something unique about the Queen as a person.
I remember when she came to Ghana, not the 1961 one. Certainly, and I mean, swimming, to think about coming or not coming. So I wasn't around, and I mean, when 1961, I wasn't around.
I'm hoping that you went.
No, I wasn't around. But the recent one about Nat Rollins was the president. I'm trying to remember what year was that. Number one, I actually had a glimpse of her. Of course, I've seen her as I've been here before, but I had a chance of seeing her in the this airports area. And that made road echo all the way to 37. You know? So we basically grouped. There was this, people, from on the road, that sort of thing. So we were very lucky. We were at the very front of the gathering, and then she basically passed by, and that was
1961.
No. The second time when
Rollins. She came again.
She came again together. Don't Rollins. I mean, but maybe you might probably check that out. So I did see it. That was the first time I saw the Queen, of course. So that was very memorable, day for me when she came together. Us in the UK, dear, she's been one person that she basically goes beyond the political, terrain and the things that happen. She never get herself involved. You never hear the Queen making any comments, with politics. She's held that.
But she can't really, can she? It's not allowed.
Can. I mean, she's the monarch. She can if she wants to, but then and again, she's a ceremonial head and she's not expected to do that. But if she decides that she wants to do that, I mean, she can obviously do that.
That was November 1999.
Yeah, when she came to Ghana. So it's interesting. She's the longest reigning monarch in the United Kingdom history, 70 years. I think the one that was holding the record was 63 years on the throne.
What's that?
Yes, 63 years on the throne. Let me see. I mean,
it's not Henry. No, it can't be Henry.
No, it can't be Henry. No.
But so I mean, there are so many memories that you can think, of seeing her, the address that she does. I mean, we're talking as if she's dead, but
you can't help it, so can you?
Yeah, and the Christmas messages, that she normally gives, and how with the way she even carries herself, not really bad, no, saying that on my online every day, very cool, a cool queen,
cool and collected,
a cool queen, I would say. So there's so many memorable. I think I'm always coming back to the issue of saying we are Odibo Bioma, but there will be so many stories that you can think of. I hope I have an opportunity to actually meet her.
Unfortunately, you can't handshake her though.
Yeah, I mean, like mini on that sort of thing, that closeness, to see the pulse.
I think to add to what you just said, in any way, I think I sit here now, wonder, so like, so who will take over? Now I don't see how that. Anyway, time will tell, won't it? People are beginning to warm up to Prince Charles anyway, and I don't know whether he will take control, and when he does, how people are going to take to him as the prince.
As the king.
The king, sorry, not the prince anymore. The king. Oh, yeah, the king. I can't even, it doesn't even roll well when you're, because you've lived in the whole queen era. So like now changing to king the crown. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to be, because I think at the moment, because I saw the concert yesterday, he came on there to talk with Camilla, and it kind of seemed pleasant, you know what I mean? But I just don't know. I don't see that kind of warmth.
We're not used to that.
Yeah, that warmth coming from, you know, but time will tell, isn't it? When
I guess when he's on for a while, you know, you get used to the voice, you get used to.
At times you have to have that charisma. You can be wherever it is, but if you don't have the charisma,
but it's not that bad, you know. People make him to feel look as if
Jack, what's up, man?
So about what?
I think everybody did forgive him
for what he did with Diana. Diana was a nation's darling. What do you remember? One significant thing you admire
about the queen?
About the queen.
I think somebody said it anyway. I think how she holds herself anyway, and to be actually, if I'm honest anyway, I think for a woman anyway at that young age, probably 21 when she took control, she got given, and she said she wanted to serve the people, and she came and did that. And I don't think before, I mean, we have had Elizabeth and, you know, some of the many years ago that have been in that power, but this taking over as a demonic and just taking control at that young age and being control and just making sure, you know, with her family, you know, there's a blended family, isn't it? There's good and the bad and ugly ones, you know, even though they don't, some of them might have issues, try to bring them all together and still manage to have a good, or she had a good husband that helped her to be able to manage and just get to this far. And I think she is very inspirational, and she's basically served the people for what she said at that time that she wanted to do. And I think she's done a very good job of it, because it's a difficult thing at that time as a woman to do that, and obviously come through and be a mother and have 4 or 5 children and still manage to hold it together with a husband that supported anyway. So for that, and anyway, I think she's done really well, and then she's inspiration to all women who want to do a lot in this, you know, in their lifetime, basically.
Yo, Medasi, Mame, and moving on swiftly, and call our first story. So, one of the story about up this week, or say, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has frozen the assets of former Chief Executive of Forestry, Kwejo Owusu Efriye, popularly known as John, as he continues to investigate into allegations of unlawful acquisition of state land. Assembly about up no say assembly and chair about a few weeks ago na here, and we talked about it 70 properties, and as 70 properties basically ranging assets. That's the right word, assets, ranging from dying to cars to guns. John now what really sa and your main ama ne busuafo. Now what was interesting was the Chimata forest say about 2 acres, or the amount will be back 1 point something acres, and also or the amount will be for ewo ne busuamu. Now in prior to this, no, I think that same week, you know, there was a lot of noise about Achimata forest, because the people in the Ga community, which are the Ga themselves, no full say that land no modia, and it becomes something like Ghana force you way Ghana Yanasa, because we want to do afforestation with all these also with area senior climate system. Meanwhile, crime for Nankasan so no assassin be, because now everything is in Accra, and Ghana for sa Achimota forest no is for Ghana. Ghana for dear, to the extent say some percentage of Ghanaians say and crime for dear a Ghana property, because we need to keep it. And for us to hear say Sansa seno abeye nkofo dear, to the extent say ya wele or ma wele ediama or mabusuafo no, not to say imwerem. My main first our story and fan started war Sammy. So what say story says John Sisiano niwe no wa really ama nebusuafo no. What was your initial CCI say? Yeah, you're freezing the wind. Do you think it's the right thing to do? And
I think so. We spoke about this the last time on this radio about the original owners of the land and as to whether it should be given to the rightful owners. I think I've already made my comments on that specific issue. And so I'll just basically touch on the issue of the special prosecutor, the decision said, I'm afraid this John's assessment. I think that was what I was expecting that it should happen, especially when things of this nature come up. Now, then you obviously rely on the security agencies and the bodies that are constitutionally given the powers to do this sort of investigation to do them. But it is an indictment on the whole of the governments and also on the asset guardians as well, because I look at it from two ways. The first thing is it feels as if we Ghanaians don't get angry enough and allow some when you hear these things happening, and then you look at how people are basically accepting it, say like, yeah, this is one is a norm.
Expected.
And the anger that you expect to hear, you don't seem to hear those anger. I was expecting some kind of I say very difficult to use some words, but demonstration maybe is for them to loosely for people to speak up really, and let their voices be heard about what we all see is not a first thing, it's not the first time that it's happened.
Jack,
There has been so many
what's up,
incidents where it's been reported that government agencies or government employees tend to take state assets and share it amongst themselves for whatever reason. But you see, this particular one, that was shocking. If he hadn't died, if Sir John hadn't died, and if he hadn't done a will, we probably wouldn't have known the severity of the rot. If these allegations are true, the severity of the rot which is happening amongst people who have been, given those responsibility to protect the state's assets, and therefore, and they're going about, sharing those state assets. I ask one question, Nana. When normally people come to office, and the last, he was the commissioner for forestry, right?
Forestry,
yeah. Now that position,
Chief Executive of the Forestry Commission.
that position, the president has to swear you in. If I'm correct me, it's a position where you are appointed by the president, and then you do a specific role for the executive on what the executive wants you to do in terms of. So the issue regarding asset declaration when you come into government, I keep going back to that same problem. Is that word asset declaration or the law regarding asset declaration, is it being implemented to the letter? And if it is now, are there modalities where the public can, for the sake of access to information, that the public can actually go and seek for information regarding things with asset declaration for politicians and also people that hold those specific positions, unless and I wanted to make sure that this is actually correct as well, that his role as a chief executive of the Forestry Commission, he doesn't need to declare his asset, and even if that is the case, and I'll try and find that information out. The biggest problem challenge that we have in now is mainly because the secrecy around asset declaration is in a way where it is at the detriment of the seeking for that information. And the moment we swear ministers in or people that work for the government in, the asset declaration law sets in. You have to declare what you have before you took on that position.
That's a good idea.
Does that work?
But that's what I'm saying. That information has to be somewhere we cannot access that information.
The people
should be able to say, okay, maybe say me what did Sir John have
before
he came into power?
But is it not interesting? Because from the will, all those assets, especially the lands, there were dates and time where he
but
actually.
That is what I'm coming to with this thing that I'm making reference to. Because you see, the moment you're not doing that effectively, if we be back into power as a politician, acquire certain wealth now or assets now, you will not be able to judge. Because we all know how much every politician is paid. If you're a cabinet minister, if you're a minister of if you're not a cabinet minister and you're a minister, or you're a member of parliament, your pay is publicized. It's a public money. Everyone knows how much you're going to be paid. So if within that same time, who are quite this sort of, it's very easy for us to straight away pick and identify, say, who you be people. And even you in the fear itself, you also be strong at that. Say you do things. I know people will so hide it, because if you look at some of the things that I saw in the will, and if they are true, it looks like he set up companies.
Yeah, put them under the name of the companies.
And the things were channeled through those companies. You always know my more detail. And therefore, you wouldn't know, say, that company in India. For one of these, last Charles Bisius guy was talking about it. Thank you. And mining, he has company in the mining sector, which all of these things that we see now are things which are all acquired within a very short period of time, from 2017 onwards. Allegedly, as he has been alleged,
stated in the will. That's been. And
it tells you, say, there is a very simple solution to this. Very, very easy solution to some of these problems. The asset declaration law, we have to make sure that it is implemented to the letter. Not only the implementation, I kept saying access to information, Nana, very, very vital
for everyone.
If everyone is in the know, because it's not about Sir John alone. We know, say, on the CAPO, you will see, Nana, when there's a change of government suddenly, you will see the amount of wealth that people have created within a short period of time. We saw that when the NDC left power, and all the wealth that people that came into politics within a short time, holding huge assets. Where did they get the money from?
Honorable.
So fundamentally, I think the systematic issues that we're facing is at the core front of the problem that we have regarding how do we make sure that we are implementing the laws that we put in place. Because they say if you want to get that information, you can do that. But as to whether asset declaration information, can I say something requested for that information? Would the law allow me to get that information as an individual Ghanaian? And that is for me, I think that's the biggest problem we have.
My main call in so swiftly. Said one of the things about and I'm going to read that part to you. Or see, we need the assistance of foreign counterparts to trace those assets and get them frozen as well, because Ghana law do not apply in these jurisdictions, and therefore we need to get a mutual legal assistant to do this. When it said that the office, the OSP, further disclosed that a number of people, especially officials of the Forestry Commission, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, beneficiaries, and executives of the will would be invited by the office to assist in this investigation. When it said, and from the will, there were a lot of assets or outside Ghana, and obviously, Ghana law no more. Do you think that there will be a way forward, and do you think that Saturday way so will be a lesson for anybody in public office? or misuse and also misuse public funds and also public assets and
No, that's it. Initiative from now. And they say when we are with this very story,
Jack Utie, what's up, radio?
Near OSB Air Canal, Office of Special Prosecutor and Air Canal, is absolutely right. Right only in principle, but in practice, will he do it? Is my question. Nana, I'm asking whether he will do it because Nana and Chebia, when him say radio channel can PPA.
Yeah.
Right? Public Procurement Agency. Yeah, but can someone like I hear the assistant asset. Nana couldn't say assistant is coming in our bank or you the BB. There's nothing in there. He's actually emptied his account. But the question ask yourself is
by the time
this was within Ghana and you're foreign within Ghana are a court of competent jurisdiction by way of a committee as sat up. You agree, say the season assets in within Ghana no work me. Now broaching our country and then I never was able to have a and I say it's a club. I say your friend is saying hockey. Hockey club was a tennis club was a bit whatever. I remember saying one year. Therefore, I don't make kind of a fair, just to turn our minds away from exactly what is happening. In my opinion, this shouldn't be a duty of the Office of the Special Prosecutor or prosecutor one. People that will go prosecutor one.
Assets, I think that's what they
Office
say.
of Special Prosecutor who reported what to him. There are so many issues on the table. Has he attended to them? These are PPA on someone they have is kind of good. Therefore, in my opinion, or no quite can we hear about way system because they wouldn't necessarily finish a quarter of that. But it is the duty of the police service, the criminal investigation of the police service, to deal with this matter and report to maybe it may be Ministry of ABR, the Lands and Forests or whatever. Say this agency I'm one. People say, so take your action.
So in this case, my maybe sir, it's frozen anyway, as we stand near Ghana. No. So if it comes to the point, say, new money be no, a buying idea, what is going to happen to those supposedly almost and common heritage
No, let me tell you something. I won't be surprised. Maybe in the next 5, 10, 20 years. You be able to say no, now man for about to government for a friend saying, the almost called government or no. There's a name they call it. Judgment debt. Judgment debt. One basically says sue out of these. Because the point is the person is gone. He's come with us. Right? When he left, he bought them genuinely. Document one. Assassin and Daniel apart from Chimonta Forest. Right? I educate in about house. All the houses and buildings and accounts and whatever. What is your proof? So we are now working. If you get a very strong lawyer, this will stand a test of time. You're going to lose it. So who sees it for a time? Whatever background catch on judgment debt. You prevent from assessing this asset of money.
What's up,
over years. You go for a judgment debt. And government may have to pay.
But I disagree with that because sir, with the issue that you mentioned about whether we can get these things from say there will be judgment debts. If the special prosecutor is constitutionally mandated to make that investigation, come to a conclusion, and then obviously make a ruling, and that ruling is more like a court ruling. Of course, you can take it to.
He's more or less, it's a high court. It's a high court ruling, yeah, definitely.
So what I'm saying is that is basically what the implementation was basically explaining of the law. So the law, let's say, Yacho said there was a crime that was committed. Sir John, all the assets, not all, let's say 80% of them has been indicated, said, yes, is the asset. The evidence, as you mentioned, is Sir John working for the Forestry Commission, we know how much you pay a Forestry Commission person. So we know how much your revenue stream should come to. If within that time, you manage to set up a business now, there has to be a trace of how much was invested in that business, and therefore where the money came to you to get that money to invest in that business. So to me, I don't think it is an issue where it is difficult, unless the state does not want to pursue it. It will not be difficult, say, you who said Niama 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 year or acquire, on shed that end when Jessica through the lawful means now. He should ideally be getting money to get all those things.
But where would he be? Say in Kofo Chenkofo Sika, and where would he be as a person to?
That. But that
he
is
is
the
not.
nature of how the law is. What is Sika Air call Ghana? Who could have 20,000 pounds for home?
You can't take 20,000 pounds.
So I'm making a statement. Who do you call Ghana as a CI? And you tell them so be the chair. What do they do normally?
They will investigate. They will even confiscate the
They
money.
confiscate it.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point I'm making. So the fact will be the actual one. It doesn't mean that the state should then say, okay, we'll be the channel. Show us the proof where that Sikana channel is free a buy. Because if you don't do it like that now, you have situations where, because this is what they do, the politicians, we all know. They don't put their face in the corruption nowadays. They put companies' faces in corruption and individuals' faces in corruption. So when you try to trace some of them, it's very difficult to get a source of where the wealth is. Thank God. I mean, not thank God, says enjoyable, but thank God said his situation has basically exposed quite a lot of things that because. So what I'm saying is actually, I know that you were talking about this. What I'm saying is for me, I think Sir John cannot, if it is what has been alleged is true, he cannot claim that amount of money down. Within that short
as a civil servant.
As a civil servant, on that mega salary that they pay all of them, and acquire those sort of wealth within that short period of time.
Sammy, the simple fact of the matter, Shasa can say, we are doing with two different issues here. We are doing with practice and principle. Some is talking principle. Yes. And then I'm called like platform. You said you're Ghana. Every single law I will be Okruma, they will be Ghana. Ghana, I have a copy call. You be Okruma, they will be Ghana. But the practice is the question. And American, you're freezing assets, bank account in the country, outside the country, in the country. Nipa na to be is coming in bank manager at home. Cashier at home, you can't scan money down, and I transfer scan from that account to maybe somebody else's account. Now we are here, nobody's answering any question. Nana, say a Western worlder, who is the bank manager that even gave instruction for the money to transfer or to be taken out of the account is being frozen by the state. Nana, let me tell you something. In this country, if you have a company in this country, now I know accounts. Right in time, right? Nothing. Government seizes your account, they close it, and it's company's house. So close your account no year. Then night will be close to no 12 midnight deadline. So close your account is not accessible. Every bank account there will be it reverts to the Queen. That money goes to the Queen. Nobody can access that account. Who dare you move? Says cannot what me up for bank. I go issue check man cashier can be amount. You know what I mean? Because of your man, the bank are already check back. That bank is on the account. This you are talking of huge sums of money in particular account, in particular name. That became so public when they can't just company Fapami and limited and conquer 5 year maybe Barclays Bank or whatever. The fact that company's house the bank account just for not filing your account, right? I close to no. There and then you cannot access that account again. Let alone also be an account and so account is come out. Say and not because an account you only check about your 3 amount. No, it's not done. But it's happening in Ghana. I'm talking about principle and practice differences. Right? So near Samia is the right thing. Samia principle, yes. Theory, kind, whatever says, but can this work in Ghana? Not certain, right? Ideally, the Achimota Forest story outside, no, the asset of Ghana, no. Who are you? Look, Minimba and the what do you call him? The chairman of MPP.
Is it
Blade, Freddie Blade. Oscar from Bodidi. This man, John Wuku or something, has come back to defense. At the end of the day, the man was a lawyer in a brochure. So what can he afford?
Lawyer.
What do I lawyer brochure? Millions. I don't have a problem.
Lawyer.
So why can't he afford such asset? So the point I'm trying to make here is, Nana, Ghana, some Ghana, they can get it. The foreign one, yes, he is very right in principle. You can never go to any country and just go and see somebody's asset. Who dare you? It's never done.
But if the law, if the special procedures deemed to the investigation goes on and
you have to contact. That's what I mean.
Yeah. We can still get access to.
You can get access to. Yeah, there are legal procedures, processes.
Very much.
Go to the embassy in Ghana. They will get here.
All those people defending this the MPP chairman Blair. They all need to be, you see, unfortunately.
So I mean, that's the difference between principle and practice.
But we have to start. We have to say this because they tell me if they keep sending you messages. It
is a fact. It is a fact. It is a truth.
Yeah, it does, Anita. But it does.
The prayer woman say, look, Sammy, Nana Hemaah.
Me too.
What I keep telling people, they say, look, how many of them has not lived in the Western world?
Most of them.
They know rules and laws. Nana came here from primary school. Or no, you'll be like, or the on your back from primary school. So at least the values or whatever, most of them were inculcated in him. But back, someone said, no, this is a system I can enrich my generations. Right? What do you call him? Prime Minister, de facto Prime Minister. Gabriel Chirabo. He was living here in Bicham. I don't know him. These are the facts of the matter. So the point is, they have all lived here and they know what it is. But among the loophole in Ghana, so they are just milking the country and the poor people of the country, and that's the start of the story. So to add to your point, the spy producer, what he said, I had here, he has to contact the foreign agencies. Yes, it's perfect, it is right. But my point is, they are just blowing hot air. They have a plan, they have an agenda. Because seriously, I'll tell you, the issues on the desk of the special prosecutor, so we'll deal with them, man. This man said, but the point is, PPH said that all. It's clear I didn't work out. After all, my school said he's not well resourced. But you have to foreign, he's well resourced to do that. That's the question.
Mame call Obaya so swiftly, bra, and son, I'm saying, Moya can Necasabo Ashanayam. Asemi by listening to what Sami and Ima has said, do you think, sir, whichever way it goes, way will serve as a deterrent to anybody, any Ghanaian, be it Obia or war office at the moment, and people who are aspiring to be in office? Do you think, Sir John's story, is it a potential, say, between a deterrent for people to work genuinely and acquire wealth genuinely in terms of assets and
Thank you, Nana. Well, in this situation, you would have won that anyway, wouldn't you? Because the Chroma said no. When we do, even yes, for the salary we have, when we do big projects, we always do a lesson learned. So you just things that didn't go well. So next time you improve on it. We have that, that we do anyway. But unfortunately, say in the UK. So they were you can analyzing it to avoid it from happening in the future. Now it works because they will obviously implement changes in the system that will take into consideration. So that will never happen again. But we have a long way to go. I as much as I want to say yes, it should. I know it wouldn't. And then but I'm hoping this will start to kind of. Will start to kind of show Ghanaians are not we are not stupid anyway. I think we are speaking up and saying like this is getting ridiculous now, like you can't be doing this and probably getting away with it. As to whether what is going to come out from freezing accounts and all them things, what is going to come out from it, it's something else that I don't know where we're going to go with it. I mean, obviously the person is dead now, but yeah, this is the time anyway. I think I totally did agree with what Samir was saying. He said, when somebody come into power now, it will be good to know what they came with, like, as a prenup, this is what you came with, and we all know the salary that you are on anyway. So we are not saying, obviously you're going to go the same way. We know, obviously, Uber one another but then it's something it needs to add up. Once you met power in the next 6-5 years and acquire so much, so much that is not even you can't justify and I don't know, if this is the time to start investigating, but no one will do it. I'm really, I'm tempted to say so many things. I know, in reality, won't happen. Like, they all needs to be investigated to find out what everyone has at the moment in terms of the businesses that they own and under what names and all that things. And because they are doing bad things. People are just stealing from the people, which is not fair. It's not right.
I mean, they are cronies. That's what it is.
I know, but but the thing is, only an attachment they say, what you mean acquire all these things, right? And you get out from your house, right? And you step out and don't want you anything, but you think it's right, you know what I mean? Because you rob them of every single thing. If you work hard for it, then that's exactly fair. I expect someone to be a government minister to be comfortable. But I'm also saying, if we all in this country we have people that they have big assets of money because they work so hard and get them, like musicians and all them things. And we also know what at times, we know politicians what they're supposed to have anyway. So it shouldn't the wealth is not the same, right? Yeah. But in Ghana, it's beyond a star. You know what I mean? It's more than that. So you start asking yourself, so why is it possible? So a chrono that you get paid, but you rob the country of everything that it has, and when it will get to a point the country wouldn't even have anything left. You've already said that whole mind it's for the people, for whatever it's for the people, let's say, and so be able to make a normal tone among themselves. What is even left for Ghana? There's nothing left.
Anita, the sad part of the story, what I heard yesterday, last night, was Captain Smart.
Yeah,
people buy an acre of land. It was rich, Accra region, for 1,000 Ghana cedis.
1,000.
1,000 Ghana cedis. Not 10,000. 1,000 Ghana cedis. Only God help us.
They sell it to themselves.
Among themselves. It's a state land.
State land and
but I brought and the normal people to buy and they say you're $20.
That's what I'm talking about. How can you? Who dare you? How can you buy it?
Is it not the same even in our ports when Kofoba Ghana now to me now for whatever reason or my impounding or with so much money, then way sales and then you see all these top men buying the cars.
There's a legal way around it because who do where you buy like
but say no inflating just for frustrating.
That is not so much. There's not so much frustration in that because it's an auction which is big. Of course, the bidding.
You build.
No, but you even get the opportunity to go and bid it.
Should be given to you,
yeah,
the owner.
You, the owner.
But they don't do. They don't. Yeah.
But it's not power and still so much worth. And then we are watching for they don't even say like Kakrakwan go to charity to help the poor, wherever it is.
What is charity?
They give it to all their family and they died and take that away from, and they're going to live, this people are going to live power and they're going to do that and just walk away. Then and you ask yourself, why are they doing that?
But one person, you want to acquire all of those wealth. And you don't even take it anywhere. You are proud of those who are yet if you get it legitimately, we all don't have problem.
So wrong.
You know, then you come a president. We a president, you know, like wow, acquire so much massive
I really
and
Ghanaians you know what annoys me? I think the Ghanaians we are not mad, like we're not angry enough. Like Africans, we don't get angry.
I think it's the problem sometimes.
Like we don't let this thing like get to us so much that we rally around like nonsense. Like we take ridiculous, like we talk about it, but nothing comes out of it.
It's been normalized.
Everyone
feels that they are entitled. That's why everyone wants to become a politician.
Man, 1 month, maximum of 1 month is dead. Like man, 1 month is nothing is there. Nothing is you investigate that and nothing happens again and it moves on.
Mr. Ashley, Papa paid very Papa, you are facing the
PPA, yeah.
Boss. Now we know the asset has been frozen. For how long you will get frozen, we don't know.
The one is going to be.
Oh, to where? And American. So, but
the thing is, so then which bank is it? And it's easy to find a person that did. I'm just saying I'm a normal person. I'm not accountant. I'm nobody. Whatever. I'm just saying that. So people use Scanify account. They are free account. This is I reference accounting man. Who authorizes? So someone's signature is
that's what Ashley was saying.
Can we not go and find the person that did it?
Yeah.
That's what Ashley was saying.
There's always someone behind that makes you sure.
Yo, it's here for.
There's no country.
Yes, why get careful. Almost your mama me kwa kra ma me moderate ade no. Say John e di asem baba. John o di asem ababa. Say obewu yes someone pa obi ewu a na akoda din ba me sure say at the moment no say John nya I think say unyanka oti atiasifo be because there's so many questions that need to be asked. ABR now wouldn't you got a bit of idea ABR for when it be my mentor one number your phone lines now to me is 0208 144 8773 0208 144 773. Moving on to Anita, Mr. Moving on to the next story, which I know this one, and then I said upon me choosing stories. This one I know that Sammy was going to enjoy this story, and I know Anita will love this one. Or see what chief sanctioned flogging of wild lovers. Police tells courts. Or see, I don't want to even read in detail. Now, him saying I'm the last week here, Mona a video be about one saying a brandy be and a baba will be as I say, say, and fire. Jomo kind of fire, and I just I don't know kind of fire, and I just say, call, then call sports or call man fried rice, you went to Mudity rain on me and did rain on me, no me, no Sako did a car home. Now, second, I did the thing is on which I video the battle about saying. I just say, hey, I just say, because this kind of videos, even though it's not kind of, it's not right. However, it's almost common every day. It's everywhere on social media. Now, this particular story happened somewhere in WAP. Now, when video eliki and it wasn't done, the act wasn't done in a public space. From the video, and it was done in an enclosed place, but omuchomu video. And na yedi omabejina abonte in front of the palace, and one of the sub chief and na ye gwa or flogging pa. Bemani de see a kind 100. You chow 100. And now when before we radio manual betum say in the 21st century this thing shouldn't happen. If you said this is a very religious motivated Sharia law, be religion no into quiet bonia sana is written there black and white and inside it said this is the religion I want to be involved. So if you know say when a mediator say we ukotomuna who are such or see a demand. When this week Yeah, also the name of the said sub chief was given in court on Thursday as Pachodina Mamboniya Namode Chelsea Dekuna and Dam Saidu Pelpio. Or say he is said to have given the final instruction for the flogging last Tuesday, May 31st. This was narrated by the police prosecutor as Sergeant Martin Degboche. And when 3 suspects arrested on Wednesday for sanctioning the flogging were rearranged on Thursday. The white girl and boy leaked video, now if you carry on, I'll say they were rearranged at the War Circuit Court on Thursday, June 2nd, and the court granted them bail, and it goes on and on and on. Now, why, Sabe, further instruction from Nipeni Behold. Obaya, my main first story and starting also. Would say, say your buying bema, akakudi, and pasogro. Agora mo ede ni mo etro na e ma nipa ni je man ho sepeno. Sabe de agro bia kofo bebre eni je ho pa.
Okay.
Does that mean say yebo ana?
Charlie. It's just, but they still like obubu free. I just say they also don't do the same thing. I'm watching from my and to go and these are grown to trono baby. It's just no 21st century. Charlie, we've moved on. Like I mean, come on. I mean, I hope said they get called out for this anyway because it's not right. Idea mo karam was munya sa de bia mun obi DM kontina hunye whatever is that okay. For me it's wrong, I mean I hope that na emu atropa mu de because yes I dey abokwa really. Because to me it's just not right. I'm really annoyed by all. Like me can say a boy that's like I watch a for. But I ba also what here what's what feeding no so say what here say I'm on twice no more them bear. I mean, the consequences on both of them to take responsibility for their action anyway. But say, and then because of the, said the law says whatever is to me it's wrong. I mean, she can't but
I'm sorry, Mra now, no, Mujidi no, Shaya law, no, Tressa. I said it doesn't. Religion's got nothing to do with sanctuary. As it's how what decided is our society. If you join a society, if you join a society and you have to live by the rules of that society.
But you leave that with the person, with the God to do the punishment anyway. Who are you to punish that person?
But that's why
maybe religion doesn't do that anyway. So you just leave it to God to do the punishment. And they said they no so yeah, that's a consequence. But only the baby. And I say, oh, bet you'll be at like this. I mean, for what anyway, I hope it was long enough and enjoyable because otherwise it's not.
And it
was long.
I hope it was long and enjoyable. I might be some long, I don't even come your baby say and then the yellows or silk. Change, Prantam, my bread.
But when the also to be there, then check. This is a how long I didn't check because I'm going to more true.
But because I mean so, and when you heard about this story, we know that you saw it.
You went to what?
And if when you say you saw it, are you talking about the flogging or the act?
Oh, I mean I chanced on the video, so I have seen.
Have you seen the video of the act?
Yes.
It was a fair.
I chanced on the video, and I mean. At this time of the day, and yet time to describe what you've seen. It was some people are very much endowed, in some department. The guy.
Chopping at down. But then I said, "I'm should be why." That's some videos here.
But this story it creates or it brings about two things that. I mean, one of them we've spoken about so many times, the issue of social media and how social media has, in a way, influenced and affected a lot of lives, especially in Ghana, in the way that social media is being used. And the other aspect of the story is the issue of the beatings, where you now start thinking.
It's also social media.
Well, in a way, I mean, I think the social media led into the beatings, because if they filmed themselves, this was a private matter between two individuals. And from what I saw in the video, there was an agreement, because the woman was basically involved in the video shooting. Not the act itself, the act, it was, but you could see clearly, say, she wanted it to be videoed. So for me, I feel, say, there was that, I mean, implied it. And I mean, I record details. And so that part, well, I don't have a problem with, because the things that have happened in people's private rooms, it remains private. And there's nothing to suggest anyone is being coerced in the video in terms of the woman or the man. So there is this sort of mutual agreement, understanding. But I guess where I wanted to find out is how the video got into social media.
It was allegedly. Say girl no wanted to get money out of it, so the girl actually leaked the video out.
Okay, so the problem that this has created is, and this is where I speak about how the implementation of the laws in Ghana, because I remember quite recently there was an act which suggests some law. So there's a law which says which we have in this country. So we used to be video, those sort of compromise video in without a person's authorization, permission. Permission. Then you are subject to face the consequence of the law. I mean, I can't remember the word.
It becomes a criminal offense.
It is a criminal offense. So,
and it's a breach of their infringement or
something. The privacy. Yeah. So the point I wanted to bring here, I mean, yes, when I say this actually is the case, and you are right, say get another saying. The punishment for this, should be an issue of prosecuting the woman. If from what you say is actually true, the prosecution of the woman, because for the guy, he hasn't done anything except there was a mutual agreement between the man and the woman that this is what they wanted to do. I don't think they set up to say we video this ourselves and we're gonna porn stars. I don't think they set up to do that, because we know that who can those guys that are flop. We don't know what they do in private.
They do their own thing.
We all don't know.
They even go for the younger one.
Unfortunately, we only it's come to the public domain, and so for me, I'm totally against.
On my video,
I'm totally against this issue. This public flogging. I mean, I can't see anything in the law which permits that. You mentioned about the Sharia law, the communal, tradition, and because you have the traditional area and what within that traditional area they want to do in terms of to protect their culture and the tradition. So you can understand the logic of what they were trying to do, because sometimes because we all accept that traditional ruling as part of the
upbringing.
To protect our the cultural interests of public. But this is not the way to deal with this issue. I feel if you are what has been alleged, said this was a bill that was sent by the woman, that the police should be involved and the woman should be prosecuted. Because
it's between them.
That is as far as this should go. So it's unfortunate. I don't see anyone covering the story along this path. Everyone seems to think, I don't get it. I mean, what is being done that people don't do it private?
Similar happened in Nigeria. I can't remember what. I think the young girl sexual. I think it became like obviously obviously people in the West saw it and they're like, this is barbaric. It's like, what you do? You can't be doing that and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a lot. The system needs. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're talking about the religion, but this is just a bit too much. Anyway, you to me advise you be and put them on the side, and even if you want to beat them the way you done and do them in public, but just I mean I don't know.
Public.
In private. And I said talk to them, do something like intervene and just say you don't do this, punish them in a different way. No, I'm not saying I'm not into this beating thing, but something different. But just doing it in public and whatever. I we say and hypocrisy they come into as if say people don't do this thing. They do it. They do the worst things. They even go for the abused children anyway. But they're normal video.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Anyway, the truth at times people don't want to know the truth. But the truth is the truth. You know what I mean? So
yes, I did emu ede. It's a walk up Virginia. Yes, you crone more true anymore than more trocan. You also a muzo a share. A hondo because sometimes I would put dinner, not wash any year because pudding, I don't know, put you on weight, it put you in trouble. In the way stress, I did be a debut, I would dear, now wash and we. Mamma call him also. Where dear, I'm buy and some me, I can imagine. What video no? Video I come once in.
No, not me who video yet.
Oh, and you'll see a send the bro.
yes, sure.
But Yana was sending this.
No,
It's a minute, a chair video in now. And see, now, Osha a brand and the pants or Bamam. It's me sure after this video, no can my baby draw the application because we have Bama power, Jina. Oh God, it's me book careful, you know. Now, what queer Juma and Kawes and Kai, Wimpanka, the panel. When you probably bone, quite well, for we cannot or the gay deal whoop, Boko. Now you can bone some raniano pa. Now, where you have Uncle and I just say is a public flogging pa. Would say, and I said, many heard about this story, What's your initial reaction?
No, when I heard about the story, I had a bit of a mixed, feeling, a mixed reaction. Why missed? Missed because to me, in the modern, generation, it's not one of the best things to do. Why is it not one of the best things to do? Say, I bet you be at least in context an adult. I don't know their ages yet, but they were somewhere an adult. They are beyond 18 to be precise. Were they beyond 18? I'm not sure.
It doesn't say from the story, no.
Right.
It doesn't say.
Right.
It doesn't
So
mention their age.
If that is the case.
Bemana, but Obano, I'm not
right.
sure. Yeah.
Right. And to the point is, make sure, how can you just, get such adults and put them in public and whip them was a big issue. But Nana, I would say from my upbringing, Kakra, and what I'll call a bit of a traditional upbringing, it's sent me back to a bit of history that I have, where traditional authorities have their own way of trying to manage situations. Nana, if you look at what happened now, yes, in fact, make say, is it Murtala Mohammed has come out, MP for Tamale Central. As long as it has nothing to do with Sharia law at all.
Ima, hold your own kakra, mame. Yem se menya Bismarck ewo efidie. So hello Bismarck, what you mean can?
Hello, my pastor Metron Kappa and also.
Nyame adumo na Ghana to say.
I Ghana ni Kumasi de bibia boko neja.
Bismarck, jana hoye mame na mente wonka papa. Em se olai no. Enyim se oti menka.
My pastor sabe
Sisi Ghana ohema Jubilee no mu di bi wo ho ana.
Uba Ghana de I would say ohema Jubilee de na hema Ghana for obi ayi nani obi a bisa enkoso e Kumasi ha. I think I just say Gaja. Bibisa de yo omu ye mpanifo na say ye masters de. O like bibisa de so ye hushim no. Oba Ghana had ma atitu Kumasi had ma na hema you made the uhu bibisa e wa bonten kra.
Okay. Now and some minimum all the stories and na de pese ye hu kakra stories me anka obetumi attach on anka be de Sir John and the asset na ye freeze no Ena abrantie ne ababaawa na omo wa na omo so sisia na yakogwa omo aposifo sisia no mpanimfo a omo di animu ma ye twa omo ma wo abontene no omo so no ya sanction omo no nti wo de start your home ya kebe de na de aka no de ato aso amaye
Nana Hemaah onya ka ne se de mame fashion fashion free ho no ma wonim se ensem na efiri wa ebaba no na ayade na video no em se me de tumite pe pa na ka me pe be ma ne de aka ho ohwe de titie na video no ankasa kasa na wo mi ko ye no ntimi anko bara kese ntimi ampiri kese na emom no minya bi ketewa bi penifo no ye ne de na ha bi maka se o ma anya ne ye na eba se polisifo se omudo mu hu ebewura asem no ma pe ana ya na owo na se ohena owo wa honom no de no ba bontin se de wonde onu ho wonim hu bibi ahwe se omukotwe aba ebo brante ne ababa ne de ono ohene kese ne de onim hu hwe no mpupo no enyo no kwampo na mu tumi se omo enhwe omo ewa ahemfie ho na Hemaah yeso de asototo fo no nyina na che se ohina kasa no hu se be asam no ekeka kon de ahwa ebegu ne hu fin enti no ene o twe ne ho afim tempa ene se ja o de ono letter ba bon se ensem esisi e no kwa no onya we ba ye de asototo fo no ene ye mpanifo bi na ye ni bi mu di nkomo ho no na efi ahemfio e kire se ohina e ba asam ne ba ye no kwa no ohina no o mu frɛ no ana ono mo go ahead say ado ma ye ne de e ya de e nya yie na nso so no nke ba ya nka dumbeso mu di mu bia no omo fanye wo mu nti omo ne ohne mu na show amrante no kutupa ema omo egwa baba wa ne abrante no 20 lashes 40 lashes omienu na so no ohne hu say asem ne keka kone de politifo ene mperifo ba mu ne de na Hemaah na ade a oyi ne ho afim na so no ITP de no ho agim say ohwe na fe no omahwe de asimbosi so far na Hemaah bi maka say omache nipa mako 23 ewo sa asemi ho omo ye hwehwe mu ye because video ni de wa wo jam bia no principal so omo sa betima count na omatoto to na mom na nante mienu ana omo gwa na ba wa ne de omo sa kan omo empenifo so a na omo wa hemfie ho bra asemi si ye na omo anhya man so omo nyae no omo so omo sa kan omo na so no sesi ade de efie nu ana bi si ne no yama empenifo no be san so omo de na omo age no na so omo mfi no na Hemaah ekwa ni mi pa nti no omo de yama omo kuso omo bja kofie mu ma omo mfa omo ho ema me kire aposifo nti aposifo aso asem ma omo guso ehwe mu no na abrante na baba wa no mu no na lead aposifo no omo kutiti obi bia o video no mu bia omo sanka nipa mako 23 ewo sa asem no ho
na abrantie ne ababaawa no omo hu no omo wo fie ana omo hospital ana say yegwa omo no no omo ye okay sabre
pe nkomo ayedi efiri honom no after say omo gba omo no de omo ye for now no de omo ye okay nti efi bra omo bu omo no insan say ozo school kwani etwa ba wo chikura na Hemaah onfa no efense betesa ezo rejesie omo chiri de na ehun say yade abia yi but o man sada anya de yutuma juma hospital na mum no ayotofo ehwe mu adana oseme de omu hoye omu bu police for amoma ya asem na hwehwe mu yi pa me to so no se John asem no de o baga na hanuma ayaye nsem bebre de dodo na e kan se se o ye politician se japade a wo ye no anka beya anka aban ema ye declare obi access na ehu se ni passport si oba politician mu no we ni was se do timi de Achimota forest ama na bush for dia omo de omo no je Ghana se na ehu na so minister of lands and resources for so ababonte de kata abase omo freeze sajon access bia na se ono japade bia no omo do mo nsa atoso a omo hwehwe mu se fatiti ni ensasesem nyina no omo for now do omo do musa to so omo hwe enkrata bia se ojo odin o de babusafo bia no omo do musa ato so omo hwe mu sinsem bia no na omo se enche bia na nso to ekoyiri lands commission wo Accra honum Emma Omunkata be a say, Nana Hemaah. Now, Odo her overseer, do not like I say. Any assembly, if you say, since so at me up to one cry, Emma Lands Commission and Krata are the Ribe Coco or what forest in Pono, and so enough an idea, any assembly, because we want to say, they are I buy betting me actually. Judgment that our hobby said, said and Kratana, the beers will talk. There's also so a for Atomata, sorry, a Lands Commission, the beer Danis Ragasano. And so you for what and so see then, I said we buy a day, and so to me, Upper Honoma, a man Krata, a dim, I am Nano, and so it's me a fabrico, no, this is so the idea go, my hata. And also, I'm very about things, Bibian, as we deal with you. The Nahima said, John, as a lady. Ghana for do na de ni e de akire ye hwe de asem na nkasa so eba apakosi minim sa semo sa semento aso
to aso mai
ma me to aso no oni se Jotaben nsensem bi ba obi MC aya ponte no akotua bribe ewo ho ama o ka se mo anto aba na ma me de anke be ya mo fam musica ma me ma video bi ba bonten minim se munya se video ni bi hwe de yeah, MC Nanu last week mu ana copy Kumasi High Court. And a High Court about the charges Marco 26 charges. Yeah, the body in say or corrupt. That we could bribe. Ama assembly members so confirm no. Now we say so there is then no sakoda neka. And also no okọ say court hwe assembly nyina mu no. Na say court ono no timi kasa ye ma no. Ama o mika say o guarantee the bills. So wetin akọ na emu no omo no two assurance say omo pe obi a owa efie any asase any kadna bisisi 90,000 Ghana cedis so far say no hima MC a owa gabe and say can new MC and can appoint no court accounting the bill ama obetimi akofie na emu no 29th of June no court so on samra na omo san to asem so na bi charges na double nyina no. So before the year, I hear about the prison, and I say, "Edimeko jail." Now I know so. And I'm all back Ghana. How my deba ko egru? National Cathedral. Minimum samati hon 7 year. Sika sembi ababo teno. Ghana force Akufo-Addo. One now share bon. Says as a mine and also on the hope boa. Wo na ba si feel say aso dan edema Yakupon. Nemu Ghana for the boa. Ama o si dan. Nemu so wa kwasha body a. Ade na wan kasa wundi so na wan kasa wunsi dan no efa Nyankopon dan se obeje Ghana for sika na biwe so a sika de abeto bontin nyina ano Ghana for se na Hemaah omunti ase efi omampanya so efi se eka ase sika omagege nyina no ebi mututu se eboro saa a se kasa sika no kra no ye de betudwa na emum na Akufo-Addo baka de ne onsan ko na onsan mem efi se empanifo mu de edim no ehwe katudwa no kra no omode no ho a asofo bebe so omunti ase se sika be de na omanya de a eno makasa no omu no se bibi enkoso ewo aban mu obi se dream be de akoso ewo baabi na me de mikasa ebe ewiye no na me de masem nyina asi no onu se man bi a watena broche da na oba Ghana no o se abroche aye den ama no na oba Ghana no wa wo mako 12 dumienu no odi mu mienu ekoye rituals na nkaja opinyo manye sika gu nubotum na afi wetima e boga ni bim enso so no malama okọ ne nche ewon kan no atimi ebo modern ma police for ensa kan boga ya because e wakoda police for ensem the Ghana for so kan say malama ne boa ono so fi say ono so ntimi ambo papa ninti ana ono ye fast e ma papa no ho ko kire say de be ya ono be hu say ono de onyi sika duro na emom no we koje malama on the only sikadobia in the free sana Ghana for so eka and last one me dey end kra no meaning Mr. Much story be e wo hono ma efa asokore mampon ayesi teacher trainee bi wanye ma komako 24 including headmistress and headmasters first headmistress any female achachefo ni bi na ma story ni yedi atire no yehu se bibia sai ni ho saa ewo asokore mampon ho ye ni MC twetwe nkomo so no kwa wonte ye fe Kumasi PRO for police station for police station prison service and then before bebre no Omuka say omankasa na obi ankasa ma ho make case bi abeso no omunye arrest bia efa sa asem na efi asokor mampon say teacher training bi a ya pursue ko asokor mampon na watimi akwanyem achachirefo ana say emma mako 24 no omankasa na bibia sa eni ho sa tena ma really some kakra meti da mamo e free Ghana has minimum say bibi ho na mefa to aso a
Yo, Bismarck, say, and one away chanting for India, my no, yet better was a pa, but was a CBB for Frobia bar, and a Jawabo Punonum na, or the abedo me.
I am some damase.
Yo, yeah, that's it. Mamma call Imaso, say, na Ima, and an casa about a flogging, and my main jama to us my.
Yes, Mama can say yes. Legally, yes. Now, it's in the more, 21st century. The flowing profile about things are no air home to crack. But, and I can say, sometimes, no see now what back historically to input exactly how it happened. Seriously, I will tell you because I grew up in the remote part of the country, was there. There's this communal life in the villages in the remote part of the country, and it's quite different from Accra or from London as we see it. And when some of these things happen, the traditional authorities have their own way of managing it. That has nothing to do with law.
Yeah.
And I don't know their custom that you call it custom. And I know in Ghana law, custom is part of our laws, right? But don't forget, the law supersedes the customs. So would the law help to sort of refine the customs and then now input them into law properly? Or were they out of, let me call it ignorance in quotes, right? Acting based on their custom. Because the thing is, as a chief or king of the place, you be second out what the person will feel, the one in authority will feel and they say, and they'll call you and they'll flog you. It has happened. And yes, it's not, to me, I've seen it with my naked eyes. Right? In the remote part of the country, and I'm in the war. So I know that these customs, to be chimo near the mountain table, so I for the whole society to know, say, hey, nobody should get involved. You say yes, social media, Samika BB, social media is getting us into a new realm of life. Let me put it that way, a new realm of life. But the point is, where do we try to incorporate this into our laws and educate those in the villages who still believe in these customs? Because to them, the chief to him is an authority on his own. So far as his indigents or whatever are concerned, he is the authority.
And he's protecting
society. Exactly. That's what it is. Therefore, I am saying, as much as I disagree personally with the flogging of the people in the public as it is in 21st century, it behoves on the Ghana Bar Association to take some of these customs, right, and try to educate, right, this remote part of the country, educate them, the chiefs, the Odikros and whatever, these small villages, try to let them understand this is law, this is not law. It's custom, but this custom has not been incorporated into law. So if you do it, there are consequences. And I think it will change the mindset of some of these leaders in those parts of the country.
Therefore, yes, a laws a supersede custom. Na saying name no a cropian and mirror and found who will crabia say a sebi still no san cow cockra now near bar cock for bow ma at the bonnet. A honey do be fear him fear near do was some maybe cry a jarrow and a jarrow no. You do consume and you do for some rituals and those rituals is not something which is nice. And I saw you oba crampoa we are papa wa na ubu inside free be bragro and you when you na umpokua I said tennis ball a ball be kukua na just a bounce back. I saw him near free be when you says ye banne or ye banne show from the community. All these things were there to protect and to shape people upbringing. And my question is, do you think that we should go back to our roots and now say we should allow the laws of the West and another modernization, I would say modernization, influence our rich culture? Now, my number here 0208 144 8773. or 208-144-8773. Do you think, say, yama modernization and say a rich culture, Nana? And do you think that we need to refine our culture now? Right. Moving on to the last story, and we're going to move on to the security issue. I see that terror threat. National security warns of suspicious character at Garu. Bampurugu. Also, the Ministry of National Security has notified the Ghana Armed Forces and the Ghana Police Service of suspicious movement of some group of persons at Garu Bampurugu and then Nampanduri in the northern East region. Intelligence gathered indicated suspicious movement. If a group of persons along a mountainous area that borders Bankurugu, Nampurudi district in the northern eastern region and Garu in the upper east region. The National Security Coordinator, Ambient Major General Francis Edu Amufa, disclosed in a notice dated the 3rd. The ministry had earlier warned the Ghanaian, especially churches and religious bodies, to put in place adequate security measures. According to the ministry, these measures should include installation of closed-circuit television and a report suspicious character of relevant security agencies in view of the growing threat of terrorism from the sub-region and the expansionist drive of the terror group towards the coastal West African states with a renewed modus operandi of the targeting the public gathering, including places of worship. It is imperative that precautional measures are taken by all stakeholders. Obaya Zuhe video no na sorry a statesman in short on Friday that story tourist attack Ghana. Na oshe senia kroma yete intelligence sometimes before the intelligence ebeba out not to say adeɛ na ebia esi ho kwan wi ebi kra sometimes esi ho kwan po a mother and I say ebia esi but because they had intelligence or may reduce the risk question I'm saying maybe so mama fan started war imaso say sa intelligence here but do you think say is good for public consumption and I say for public to hear and I say it's meant for the security service because even though say it's stated right in the when he say the armed forces need police service for and some CCTV do you think that this is not going to cause panic
Nana, I will tell you for a fact I have my own concerns about this very story. Oh Nana, when you go to the West, the media society has what they can report and what they cannot report. They may even chance on it, but they have no right to report it. When to put the society at large, in this fear and panic situation, and so they will be advised not. What we have at the moment, Nana, is I didn't see it. It should be an internal situation managed by the security services. You can, in fact, you can put some information across. Therefore, see something, say something, or whatever it is. No, as to being specific, say we've got information, right, in our country. In
specific areas.
That's the point. That's where my worry lies.
Who gonna do that? How would you go back? So if I know say this is the same, that's
the thing. Now I have information. In fact, and now I kind of say that there's been some motorbikes and whatever, crossing that Bumpurugu, Namkuri, what area. No? But the question is, at the end of the day, you're giving this opponent ammunition. You strategize properly and enter
and come
through another means. In fact, and then I was reading the head of Methodist Church in Nigeria was captured, right? Almost Chenuko they paid 200 is it 200 million? No, not 100 million. 100 million Nigerian naira, which is about 2.4 million dollars, was the bounty on his head that they had to release him, and I think they managed to pay. Nana, our terrain no a bit difficult, and you have a lot of Nigerians in our country now. Nigeria, in fact, my friends, my clients that come around keep telling me, say Nigeria, I don't work like gentlemen. No, you have to be rugged and rough, because also you're rough. But the moment they see you as gentle, I'm saying finance in Nigeria. Nigeria is just close. I mean, they are neighbors, and they are in our country, in their numbers. The so-called yes, most of them from Mali in Nigeria. No more. Therefore, if you put information across, what are we doing? I am saying, say, our security, our intelligence has to be proper intelligence. Right? Another public. Yeah, usually to say just to make people see we are working.
Yeah.
I don't think it is worth it. Intelligence, in fact, in most countries, you even don't know who the intelligence people are. No.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are director.
Yeah.
So no point to be here. You never see MI5 director say Wakasa.
We don't even know who they are.
Who they are, that's the point. But our system is making it as though let's say no. I am very much against this very public information. Say the society should get to know what is happening and where exactly it's happening. It is your duty to set intelligence up there. Say via CIDs and whatever, all send it to the borders, and they will be reporting to you directly, right? Generic information. CCIO, the whole of our sub-region now, tourists are bad brain. Yeah, see something, say something. Perfect. I don't disagree with that, because definitely it might not be only the intelligent people who get every information. You say, I said, I can say, you leave your goods or whatever, it will be destroyed and all those things.
Yeah.
It's a public information. You are saying, and nobody cared. But my answer to your question is, I think it is wrong the way we are sending the information out as an intelligence body within the country. No, I think it's not proper. Yeah.
Mommy caught something so. Yenim said, we heard from Ghana said Mali Phobi by remember the Fulanis Amube Satsomu Modern Omun Nentry Essay Kufu and Omukum farmers, and all that. We heard about the Chinese Omuba Ghana Omuba now also bay Omu Galam say start some impregnate man, which is nobody good, because ama say I'm not saying I say Ghana for so called before so called other foreigners. But what was the Chinese for no, so to say bimo no so kum Ghana for no yeah, we've heard so many stories about Nigeria for what they were doing in terms of Sakawa, in terms of electronic fraud in this animal. No, Ghana is my perfect answer for this. Minim Tania Wodjin say intelligence, no Ghana intelligence, no is it on my Jumaya no. Say you provide CCTV ni sa enyo man. Amu catch ain't my phone on say you provide CCTV na say then say amu kama aban no any post for no so amu provide CCTV na ono mentia se obetumi a chire mu kakra man.
You know does the terrorism issue is a global issue, and I mean, thankfully, nowadays it doesn't seem to be the topmost discussion on the print and the traditional media, news forecastings and the news broadcastings. You will hear more about the COVID. Now I think Russia also has made themselves
a nice monkey pox.
very powerful. Monkeypox is not as powerful, perhaps, in terms of the.
Apparently, it's coming up.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't say. Monkeypox, they don't need the COVID. They are out to be COVID. And all those discussions have normally, quite recently, been very dominant. And then that's why I'm grateful. Say, it seems as if terrorism is dying down because since the
Ukraine,
the Afghans, the Taliban took over the country, you could clearly see. There was some few incidents, but it kind of is died down in that region. Libya also has their own problems. It's also kind of there's still some issues there. So you can see that he is toning down along those lines. But where he's actually gone in the ascendancy is the Sahel regions of Chad, Mali, Mauritania, and Niger.
And even Nigeria.
Nigeria has a long-standing issue regarding the Biafra issue. And the Nigeria for
Boko Haram.
The ideas was more outstanding. It was even those that I kind of time frame. The problem was. So I'm looking at the recent, countries where even Togo, quite recently. There was a report of a terrorist attack in Togo. So you could see how a move towards, and therefore, if you think about what the security agencies services are trying to do, which that's why I disagree totally with Mr. Ashley. When he did mention the publicity aspect, it's like it's not needed. I totally disagree because if you go to DirectGov right now, if I wanted to see what they've actually reported in Ghana, and this is what they have rated on the UK website, and I'm sure if you go to the agencies in the US and most of the European countries, they are advised about security in Ghana. Then I'm allowing just a few parts of what they said. Obviously, terrorist attack in Ghana can't be ruled out. Attacks could be indiscriminate, including places visited by foreigners. Terrorist groups associated with Al-Qaeda in Islamic Maghreb, Islamic State of Libya, and Islamic State of West Africa present a threat in the region. These groups have demonstrated capability and intent by mounting attacks against security forces and civilians in several countries. Most recent in Burkina Faso and Mali. While there have been no recent attacks in Ghana, you should remain vigilant, particularly in the northern border areas. So, who called the UK website now? DirectGov. This is what they say about Ghana. The advice that they put out there about Ghana. I'm pretty sure the same thing you will find in the other countries. Because when people want to go to the country, they try to read a bit about. So this has become an issue. But Nana, the reason why this is very significant is that they must have gathered intelligence about what is happening already, and they can see where the thing is getting to. Because Ghana, we all know, has been one of the most peaceful countries in West Africa. As a result of that, in terms of our tourism, we tend to receive a lot of foreigners coming into Ghana. And also, when we did a return home, return, the law. So we have that history linked with the West, where because of the peaceful nature of it. This therefore means a possibility of a terrorist attack in a country like that, should be considered as
but does that mean, because what Ima was saying is a general way, if you see something, say something, those kind of, but to say provide those kind of things that you are using to kind of fight corruption.
I'm coming there.
In the public domain.
It is important. You know why? Because Oshasana didn't move Togo pay Togo through the Volta region. And Volta is not northern region. North is a little bit further away towards Burkina Faso. So, and even the dangers that they are basically picking intelligence out there. No? So, for national security to start mentioning this thing, Nana, I'm pretty sure they have more intelligence than what they are actually even releasing out there.
Let's hope so.
Of the possibility of these things that is very bad. Do you know what they said recently? The GIS, the Ghana International School.
Yeah.
They put Ghana International School in high alert to basically increase the security around that. And they're doing that why? Because they know
it's
an international school. A lot of case around there. You have foreigners, ambassadors, and their case goes there. They put that under high alert. I am confident, the way normally you deal with threats, is to let people become aware. The idea is, because look at Ghana. You mentioned about CCTV anyway. It's easier for the police to start tracking people here and there. Ghana will track away. The only way you could be able
but
to
don't
get
you think
that
kind of information is actually meant for
No, it's not. It's
so who is going to provide the CCTV?
Fighting crime is a communal thing. If people within a community are aware about criminality, they report much more easier than the police investigating. Police can't afford to go everywhere to go and look for.
They don't have the tools.
They don't even have it to do that. So who you need most is the people within those communities to inform themselves. Be very vigilant about what we heard is going on. When you see something that perhaps looks very dodgy now, report it. It could be the tip that the police needed to basically avert the situation.
But is it not interesting? Remember, we share the story. Even if you say something and you see and you say something. Yeah. Remember, we talked about a story where for a police buyer when the police came. So if we not arming our police, we are not resourcing our police, we are not providing that
terrorism is dealt with by special agency within the police service. It's not, you can't expect all the police, even if the armed police is a special unit. Yeah.
That's what
police want that they don't carry guns.
Yeah.
So these are intelligence led most of the time. Mm-hmm. When you want to deal with these things, you pick information from the public. Because look, I will agree. Say if we have the resources now, have these CCTVs everywhere, get intelligence within community, we have police officers picking information. But say it's very difficult to be able to spread your police wings to that. Even the capability is not there. So sometimes, then what they mentioned in the story, say people were wearing balaclavas or
balaclavas, yeah,
and they were,
crossing borders.
That came because of the community. Community saw this, and then obviously, I'm sure, based on already intelligence that they've gathered, they begin thinking, this might be what is going on. I don't know, it's not been confirmed, it's actually the case, it is terrorism, but I believe, you will always have to place your citizenry in the alert stage for everyone to become very vigilant about people within their communities. Because most people that are going to commit this crime, they will be going through the communities to commit these crimes. Of a northern region to Onoba, they will go and base in somewhere, some house maybe, go and rent some house somewhere, through some landlord, stay there with this on short period, and people see them within community. Oh, these people look, what is happening here? I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but
My question is, from what the Ghana security, national security, about the things that they're suggesting, saying, i.e., fast CCTV, those kind of things, those kind of information, how can the normal Ghanaians provide that? That is not their responsibility. Yeah, of course. Yeah. They will do that. What I'm saying is that those kind of information is meant for the right office.
Those things are over the top. I get all that. We don't. You can't expect to do. We can't have food to eat to go and mount CCTV. So I know are over the top things that they mention.
Even the electricity to power the electricity.
So I put here, Forget about that because sometimes who's the government minister that can't answer? I don't want to speak something.
Is it the minister? I said the ministry. They say the ministry. So the Ministry of Foreign.
I suspect if you know what dealing with something, if you're
national security.
Yeah,
that is where my frustration is.
But like that for that, it's just a small part of the lunacy.
I think it was in the Western world.
Is it Nana? Some people know, I agree with Sammy, but I think Sammy has not picked the key points in my argument. The point is, I'm not saying sit down, don't say anything, but it's intelligence. Look, say almost enough there, but what about them descending through Togo somewhere and come through Aflao? The fact that we've made this, they are coming through here. So the point is, as an intelligent unit, they don't know where you are.
Yeah.
You alerted the whole community, the whole country.
Yeah.
It's possible. It can happen anywhere.
Yeah, but that's what they do now.
That's all they've done. They've been
In the
specific.
media, we all pick it now. I know about it now.
Yeah, but
The point I'm making, you don't say that it is this district, that district.
But that's the
But
point.
make it the whole country.
I disagree.
Yeah.
So where the intelligence started, you have to mention, say, I had that yesterday on your someone. We all know how these things work. They're not gonna perhaps stay in the same place. You stay in the same place for you to go and arrest them. So the high possibility said they will move around. People are aware, say people like that are in the communities. What's the other maybe? Then you start looking for, someone that might be dodgy. I'm not saying that there are dodgy people in Alajo, but someone that might be dodgy because you've heard about what is happening. You've heard it about.
But intelligence.
When you are doing raids, in this country, when you are doing raids in this country, Sammy, who get to know where the police and these terrorist intelligence are going to raid? No, some of these things should be kept secret.
Yeah, but
the general information is we are at risk. Yes, you agree. So the fact you are at risk, wherever you are, open your eyes, shine your eyes. But the point is, we have
video.
Yeah.
If he knows about this information, he would have been out there looking out rather than going get himself in trouble and being flogged like that.
Right. My man called Obaya. Obaya, Mama Rouse, who say stories? I say Ghana. Do you agree with Sammy or Mr. Nuna? That's where I don't want you to sit in the middle.
I'm not going to sit in the middle
because this is this is because I know that Obaya. I heard
no.
This is information, intelligence. I did upper out. So this is a potential threat to a country. Yeah, in the DC or Boko Haram, Boko Haram for Nigeria from kidnapping Kwalabi. You will send on churches. This is almost target churches, which we know already. Omuko bucham of war, more specific areas. Do you think that kind of information is actually necessary for the public? And I say, in general, not those offices now may provide those kind of protection. Like those information can be given to the police. That specific ones, or more CCTV, that is my stand. Now, if the general public, if you see something, say something, run out looking at what is going on around our borders, we are not immune to it. My police for us. Do you think that or say in country so that obia be alert now who allow you cry? I didn't say or not. Now also why careful.
I on this occasion I agree with Mr. Ashley. I agree on the basis that, like, I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Hemaah. I understand that, like, yes, we don't have the technology to even detect all this stuff, and we're therefore at times we hear the people use the humans to actually kind of give you the information. But there should be a limit to how much you give out. You can say they are. It's more likely they're coming from this angle, right? But you don't give the you don't say that things anyway. But you don't say that anyway. You manage it by
But
the thing is, but you also as a government, have to be doing your work underneath. So
they are doing.
But you're doing your job whereby you don't overgive too much information.
But
I don't think it's giving too much information.
But you
what makes this
shush? You put people that will need to be doing the job, not as to be doing the in that country or more fight that give towns and all you do. So instead of giving it almost free, no, it's like I mean, who will go through that route again? Like I'll go somewhere else now. So the thing is, you will put the right people there to be doing
intelligence work.
Will conform and like shoot to kill or whatever is hiding there somewhere. But shoot to kill.
No, but some of them you don't even go with. Some of them go as civilians. They are just civilians.
I am not saying
and they have the intelligence all around.
No. But what I'm saying is that there's a way because it's almost me identify someone should say. But what I'm saying is that you don't give too much. You give some information, but you don't. I mean, here we hear them say that we should be careful, we should whatever it is, but you don't give any. Be vigilant, and especially in the public, and especially in the public places.
I mean, I would say time.
But the thing is, what we have to also remember, they say what they are doing. Yes, they're sharing this with, but what I am hoping and I'm praying that our government is doing in Ghana is actually Ghanaian low population in Ghana. No, they listen to their radio more than probably what TV, because obviously some of them TV will hide in for. So they should be using the radio more to educate people, to be telling them what they should be doing. TV is not something; it's a luxury for some. Obviously, people like in the cities, it's easier. But people in the village, in maybe more north, most of them listen to their radios more anyway. So they should be using those tools to actually talk to people, like community, like radio stations. It's more important to do that because family Ghana, what I say, say one or whatever is if we don't want that anyway. So they should be doing it in a clever way. They should be doing. I'm not they're doing their job, but what I'm saying is that too much information at times is harmful, we know that anyway. So there shouldn't be there should be a limit to how much you give.
So I mean, just 50 seconds, man.
50. This is
your time in so
I was actually going to. I mean, we mentioned about the public aid. One of the ways that it helped a lot, to sort of maybe not prevent, but prevent terrorism. Is the issue of public, seeking public information, And I remember quite clearly, when the rucksack issue became very, prevalent in terms of every terrorism or rucksack, living there, eating the trains, and you were very particular about that because they put that information out there.
And they have that big thing on their station. So you press it and get information.
They put that information out there. Say these are the things you should be observant about. It's very important because it does help. It does help communities to be able to identify potential, things which might lead it.
30 seconds, Sammy.
So every 20
but
seconds.
Mr. Emmanuel Ashley, so 50 seconds.
I agree perfectly. Say around the day, I was saying, "Mama, they say to me as stop microphone." My point is, we are giving too much information. And you might say intelligence. They rather have to send intelligence people to those endemic areas that is suspected in Bebano. So they are there. In addition to all this public general information, the public say, "Oh, this report." Yes, tell them specifically. Report. That's like in terms of Krum Harass, they were specific, telling you seeing somebody with report. Those are the things. But I don't say they are coming from here. They are coming from here, and that's where I disagree with something.
50 seconds.
I think it's like in support of what we're just saying is while you're using the people to give you the information, so you also have to put some kind of make it easier for them to report it. If you don't have that, and then you go, who are they reporting it to? Now for the policeman, I said BBS not patrol. He said petrol. I said to petrol. Our that's not going to work.
I think they have a quick response, but whether a lot of people know it's existing.
We live in a country whereby I think you forgot it. We just talked about
believing in this principle life. You are talking about practical life.
We have just talked about Atimota and Jesus.
20 seconds.
And then you see people say all of a sudden and I say
you say now what can say we should have, and I'm saying we do have. But the
You think?
problem, yes, we do.
You think
It's not efficient.
Ghana.
It's not efficient.
Yes,
We have
so
it. It's
people
not
don't do
efficient.
that. Are people aware? So when there is an emergency, this is the normal.
That's what Abaya is
I'm
talking
also saying
about.
to
So it's not the existence of it. It's
The
the
efficiency
efficiency
of
of
yeah,
it.
the efficiency, the efficacy of it. But what I'm saying is that, like, why you want people to help? You know, this is a very emergency. When it happens, you press something and it happens quickly. I'm just saying, but you can't just say like. Well, but what I'm saying is, don't forget, say any answer to you say close to it. No, BBC one year, you deal with it now. It's what me told my flat to me happy, my number to me share, my number to me effort. I mean, here.
Yo, Obaya, old time or no?
But I'm saying, anything is possible in that country.
Obaya. Yo, it's here for a higher near did you maintain in your studio? Yes, yeah, this time, you know, I'm an abro so far next week. Ever tries to be on time, and it's all because Ghana Hodo. We touch on security issues and the LND. We started with what's happening with the Jubilee, and yeah, the Queen's Jubilee, the Kosovo, Ghana, any university to be specific, London. I say, every whole now we dealt into AAM. Papa said, John, ne will la waya Siciano, who abansem CCIC freezing all his account. Now, dear, what abrogeni, dear, because of the jurisdiction, no, into me freezing. In this year, there's going to be negotiation. And Paya, I'm going to say a bedroom no, not just say in some no, a womb, not be beer, woman, any infree mukra. Every honey delved into a year, lovers beer or mukodi, agra, a more trona, a coy, na sabre, no, yes, say a grown crambo, no, ye chow ma, a more dimpa. Anyway, ye kwata no na ye de the last story ama high association no ye de buy ye nua Bismarck and so a brain an update of what's happening in Ghana okay anyoma ka jobbing MCU this year no ho akwadwam a enya sem ketewa kora ukotua bribe so ngofo entomane anto ama akozem kwa akojimiziga wadi bira soja man make sure pa all your messages are dropping through. We say we love you, baby. Bia will be. It's someone to men comedian and Nana Hemaah. That's a net ubeti men kabim. Menu we video no and for here because right after this program it's going to be inspirational. A year that a coke or in some more Joe na eto. So my name say this week has been a very hectic week, especially if you're in the UK. I saw Ghana is here so you need something to prepare you for the week ahead. Until then, me time on aso. Ain't that's a net obet me can't be. Me Nana Hemaah. Bye bye.